Brace the rudders! Raise the sails! Raise the sails!
Captain, an unidentified ship is approaching. Over.
Roger. Wait, is that an Enterprise sales solution?
Reach sales professionals, not professional sailors. With LinkedIn ads, you can target the right people by industry, job title, and more. Start converting your B2B audience today. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started today at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
This is your fix.
I am your host, Stassi Schroeder. Welcome to Tell Me Lies, the official podcast. What's the most unhinged thing of season 3?
Steven, because he's so evil.
I do think he is misunderstood.
You see everyone face consequences. It's intoxicating.
The writers just know how to trick you.
There's always a twist in this show.
Tell Me Lies, the official podcast, January 6th, and stream the new season of Tell Me Lies, January 13th on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+.
Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here. Now let me ask you a question. Do you think that if you woke up at maybe 4 a.m., 5 a.m. every single day, that it could have a real jet start and jump start to the quality of your life and your productivity? Because a lot of people do think that, and they think that how they start the day is really a statement of intent, and that actually a lot of really good things can be built on that. And it has some logic to it in the sense that generally people are sleeping at 4 or 5 a.m. And therefore, if you're awake at that time, you're unlikely to get calls, you're unlikely to have other responsibilities because people just assume that you are sleeping. Now, if you were to do certain things in that window where you have uninterrupted time, what are the things that can have the biggest positive impact on your life? For some people, it's learning. They want to study something. For other people, it's productive work. They just want to get the work done. For other people, it might be exercise or meditation. But I want you to think that if you had a slightly earlier start than you currently do, what could you do in that extra window that you've bought yourself so that you can get things done? Because a lot of people, at the end of the day, there is just this winding down. There isn't a lot of productive stuff that gets done in the last hour of the day, but there can be a lot of productive stuff done in the first hour of the day. Now, technically, if you're sleeping the same amount of time, you don't really buy yourself a time. It just means waking up earlier. It's the intention, the rituals, and the habits that get built around that. That's the key thing that makes it work. And there is an author, I think his name's Robin Sharma, very famous for a book about 4 a.m. starts. And there's a whole community of people that really build that into an identity. The key thing is not the time that you wake up, it's what you do when you wake up. And a lot of people will hit the snooze button 3 or 4 times. They will scroll on social media. They will just, waste the time and then take that energy into the working day. And that means that they're not really building up the momentum. So I would say it doesn't matter if it's a 4 a.m. start, 5 a.m. start, or a 6 a.m. start. The key thing is, what do you want to build as a morning ritual to enable you to really get an edge and really treat it like a springboard into the day, so that what you do in that first hour or so creates momentum that carries on throughout the entire day. So think about the ritual, think of the time, and listen to that. And if your time is 6 a.m. and the one in this session is 5 a.m., just think of 6 a.m. as your startup time. The client wanted to meditate, learn, exercise, and really think about what they wanted to do for the day. It might be different priorities and rituals for you. So really think about what you would want to do in that additional time that you set out for the very first things that you do when you wake up. And if you like the idea of having a ritual or a morning routine scripted and created just for you, have a look on my website, adamcox.co.uk, or the description of this episode, and you'll see lots of different ways in which you can work with me directly so that you can have something created for you rather than listening to something that was created for someone else. Now, for now, I'd encourage you to find a quiet, comfortable place where you're not going to be distracted or disturbed. Relax and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in that resourceful feeling of calm and relaxation. And as you exhale, give permission to release any feelings of frustration, any doubts, any stress, worries, and concerns. And breathing in a wonderful feeling of positivity and hope. Exhaling what you don't need. And breathing in the resources that you do. Allowing each breath to take you deeper and deeper relaxed now. And I want you to scan your body for any clues of any blocks, any tension, any echoes of something that isn't needed right now. And just imagine as you breathe in, those tensions and blocks are melting away. And as you exhale, feel those tensions, those blocks, those worries and concerns starting to leave your body in that outward breath. And maybe you can position your body into an even more comfortable position, allowing your body to connect, rest, and relax in a way that requires no effort at all. And just allow your breathing to find its own rhythm, where there's nothing you need to force and nothing you need to achieve in this moment. Almost like you're just noticing the simple rhythm of breathing in and breathing out. And as you continue to breathe in and breathe out, you may notice how every exhale seems to carry away a little more of that unnecessary tension, like a quiet tide receding from the shore, where every inhale brings a sense of quiet clarity, as though your mind is gently opening space. Because the mind has a remarkable ability to shift, and not always through effort, but through awareness and intention. So allow your body to settle and give permission for your mind to become curious about possibilities. I want you to imagine a time of day that most people never truly see. Not midnight, not late evening, but that quiet space before the world becomes busy. The hour when streets are still. A time when the air feels slightly different. when the noise of expectation or the hum of movement hasn't arrived yet, I want you to think of 5 in the morning. A time that feels private. And while most of the world sleeps, you awaken. Not with struggle, but with a real sense of intention. Because there's something magical about that early hour that feels powerful. It is uncontested. No one is expecting to reach you at that time. You don't have responsibilities at that time. You're not meant to be working at that time. And I want you to imagine that window of no messages and no emails and no interruptions. Time of no noise competing for your mind. Just space. And sometimes when you give yourself space, it allows something valuable, sometimes inspirational, to emerge. And what if in that window of time, you elevate to a new level of focus? The kind of focus that builds things. New ideas, competency, a feeling of momentum. And I wonder if you can unlock something important. An idea that 1 hour of focused intention each morning is not just an hour. Across a week, it becomes many hours. Across months, it becomes hundreds. And across 6 months, it can transform and unleash a whole new level to your identity. I want you to imagine observing yourself in the future. Imagine you're in your bedroom, seeing you awaken at exactly 5 a.m. And when you see that version of you awaken, there is something deeper also awakening within you. An identity. An identity that isn't forced or imposed, but an identity that synergizes, connects and resonates with the version of you that is disciplined and consistent. So when you see that version of you waking up at 5 a.m., maybe you see yourself smiling, not groaning when the alarm clock goes. There is an immediate desire to leave the bed. I want you to see that future version of you as someone who is disciplined, is consistent. A version of you becoming more competent every day. I want you to see that each morning you awaken at 5 a.m. and put that time to use sends a quiet message to your own mind that you do what matters, and the mind listens. And each time you wake, your mind gathers evidence. Evidence that you are someone who keeps promises to yourself. And that evidence begins to shape how you begin to see yourself. I think within days, not weeks or months, you'll notice a shift where you're no longer someone trying to become disciplined. You are someone who is disciplined. And the 5 a.m. rituals are just evidence that you are that disciplined, consistent, happy person. Because you notice that whether you're meditating, learning, or exercising, you're smiling. And maybe there's a reason why. I want you to imagine the first moments of that morning ritual. You wake naturally. Maybe there is an alarm, but the room is quiet. Your body rises easily. And maybe you start with meditation, or maybe you start with exercise. But if you start with meditation, see yourself sitting with your legs crossed, still, breathing slowly, and maybe you're just lost in your own thoughts. Or maybe you're being guided by music or messages, and you're not trying to control your thoughts. You're just allowing them to drift like clouds across the sky. And in that stillness, your mind begins to sharpen, your identity awaken. Clarity grows, awareness deepens, and you notice ideas forming, solutions appearing, because the mind works best when it has that breathing space to think. Meditation becomes the sharpening of your mental blade. And perhaps after the meditation, when the mind is awakened, the body awakens. And imagine yourself moving, maybe lifting weights, doing exercise, feeling the muscles engage. Maybe there's stretching, maybe there's cardio. But I want you to see you're doing something that is a gift to your future self. Because that's what exercise is. By doing something difficult today, your future self becomes more energized, stronger, more flexible, more alive. You are giving the gift of vitality. And maybe you notice something that as the days turn into weeks, exercise in the morning does something powerful, if not remarkable. It signals to the brain that the day has begun. Energy rises, focus improves, and confidence grows. Because a body that moves creates a mind that moves. And this movement becomes a daily signal, a dose of vitality. And perhaps the next phase is learning, reading, studying, or listening. Maybe it's exploring ideas connected to your career. And it becomes more powerful because you're doing this while the world around you is still asleep. Because there are no interruptions. Your mind absorbs information easily. Concepts become clearer. Skills deepen. Knowledge compounds. And maybe there's 30 minutes or an hour of learning each morning. That could be 5 hours each week. And over 6 months, more than 100 hours of focused learning. And you start to realize how few people ever invest that much time into their own growth. So while others around you are wondering why progress feels slow, you are quietly building capability, competence, mastery. In the same way, when you take a deep breath in, it encourages a deep breath out. And when you wake up early in the morning, it creates a natural rhythm where earlier your mind is beginning to prepare for rest. Because if you wake up at 5 and go to bed at midnight, that is not sustainable. You will start to feel tired and drained. But knowing that you know that, I want you to feel that when 9 o'clock approaches, you are unleashing and unlocking a calm desire to wind down. Screens fade, devices put away, lights soften. Your phone loses its importance because sleep is the priority. And you know that the phone can wait, but your future, your ambitions, your desires cannot. So you create gentle boundaries to avoid late night scrolling and going to sleep to sabotage that early start. The phone rests away from the bed. Notifications lose their power. And instead of endless scrolling, you prepare for sleep. Because sleep is an investment. Sleep is preparation. Preparation for the quiet hour, where your advantage begins again. And I wonder if you can imagine 6 months from now, 6 months of work days waking up at 5 a.m. Jump forward in time and imagine you've already lived that. And you look back and notice the difference. How your mornings feel structured. Your mind feels sharper. And your energy, your ambition, your productivity has amplified way beyond what it used to be. Your work and your results have improved, your knowledge has deepened. But something more powerful has happened. Your very identity has evolved. Because you are someone who does the important things first. You are someone who invests in growth before the world begins demanding your attention. You are someone whose consistency creates infinite opportunities. And I want you to imagine what your results are 6 months of living this way. What your income is. The impact it's had in your health, your career, your quality of life. And as you connect with that desirable future, it's like you're programming a destination into a sat-nav. Your unconscious now knows what you're doing all this for. It knows what it takes to fully unleash that identity of discipline, consistency, but most of all, happiness. But it's time to return now, taking all of these changes, resources, and intentions with you. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, connect and calibrate into the here and the now. As I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of The Hypnotist. If you've enjoyed this episode or got some value from it, please give it a 5-star rating and review. And maybe you know someone that would also benefit from this particular episode, in which case share the episode with them so they can also get the benefit too. And if you would like to listen to this episode where it's just the hypnosis, so no intro, no outro, no explanation, just the hypnosis and completely ad-free, there will be a link in the description where you can subscribe at a very low cost and only get access to the hypnosis. So if that's of interest, please check that out. Thank you again for being a regular listener of The Hypnotist, and I'll see you again soon for more.